Bungo Stray Dogs this week just filled me with the power of the Ultimate Warrior, brothers and sisters. Woo! What is up, everyone? It's your boy Infrared. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I bring you an anime review of Bungo Stray Dogs episode 10. This episode was what we've been waiting on from this series. Beastly series. Beastly episode from beginning to end. I take back anything bad I ever said about this series because this episode alone might have just made up for that, as we got definitely the battle of the season right now. I mean, we still got Boku no Hero out there. That's still going to be a high contender. We still don't know what JoJo is capable of. But as of right now, the battle that we saw in this episode, the fights that we've seen in this episode, is definitely the top for spring 2016. I'm hyped. Let's not wait too long. Let's get to it. By the way, it's your boy Infrared, and welcome to the Scout Report. So with that being said, all the introductions are out the way. This episode, Bones went in. They went right to it. They didn't waste any time. You know how they usually show a little bit of an episode, then they get into the intro? No. This week, they got right to the opening after about 15 seconds. And all they did before that was show Kunikina racing on the boat, trying to get to Atsushi before he's killed by Akutagawa. We get the opening, and I don't know if I never noticed this or not, but they actually showed Dazai and Chuya actually fighting in the opening. I never saw that before. Also, I'm going to jump ahead way forward a little bit because next week we're actually going to get a little bit of time with the farm boy that we see in the opening. It looks like he has some type of super strength, as I put that together because he pretty much cleared the entire city block with a jump. So, to the episode itself, getting right to it, we start off after we see Kunikina trying to race to Atsushi. We get back to Chuya and Dazai, and Dazai is getting wrecked by Chuya, as this guy is a kicker, and I love kicking characters. Sanji from One Piece is one of my all-time favorite anime characters, manga characters, because he uses his feet. We see the same thing as Chuya, but Chuya is going in on Dazai. Dazai can do absolutely nothing to him. He's getting wrecked because Chuya is Port Mafia's #1 martial artist, and he even says that Dazai's fighting ability is below average. In fact, if it wasn't for No Longer Human, he would just be a normal dude almost. But Dazai is able to at least hold his own because he's been familiar with Chuya for so long that he's able to block and predict some of the movements that he's done, as he's watched and observed him throughout the years. They were partners after all. Chuya is pressing Dazai, trying to find out why he was caught so easily. I mean, we found out that Dazai was actually one of the youngest executive members in Port Mafia history. For him to get caught so easily, he had to have something up. Dazai, being a thinking man that he was, of course he did have something up his sleeve, as he reveals to Chuya that he sent out a letter because all of the top brass of the organizations, of the 5 organizations, are starting to meet up, and they're going to delegate on the state of all of the organizations, particularly Port Mafia right now. So he sent out a letter saying that if anything ever happens to Dazai, if anything ever happens to him, all of the secrets of the organizations will be revealed. So he's very important to the organization. He can't be killed at the moment. Chuya is also backed into a corner with this as well because, you know, he can't kill him, and if he lets Dazai go, if Dazai gets away, then Chuya is going to be branded as a traitor, as someone who let the person that is most important to everyone right now get away. He's just basically fucked. He's back into a corner. He can't kill Dazai. If Dazai gets away, he's still fucked because he's going to be marked as a traitor or maybe even killed. We don't know how savage these people are. If it's worse out there than Akutagawa, then it's not good for Chuya. However, he does have enough respect for Chuya to actually offer him a way out, because he's there because he wants to find out who put the hit out on the Were-Tiger, who put the bounty. He says, tell me who did this, tell me where I can find the information of who put this bounty out. I'll make it look like I got rescued by the agency, by the armored agency, and I'll take you out to clear. Because, you know, you're my boy. Even though we're on the wrong side, you were my partner. I have respect for you. I'll let you go in that sense. doesn't take too much thinking on Chuya's side to accept this deal, as he tells him that the information that he's looking for is in one of Akutagawa's offices, and then he knows where it is. So that ends the battle with those two. It ends on a little comedic note as Chuya vows to kill him next time, not to let them get away. And we see a little bit of comedic banter between the two. As I said in the last episode, you can see parallels between Kunikina and Dazai and Chuya. You can definitely see the parallels between the two, as it's almost the same partnership, as Chuya goes on to his merry way, bowing and shaking his fist to be back next time. Meanwhile, Atsushi is being held captive, and he's awoken by Akutagawa, who pretty much grabs him and pulls him out of the cell, saying that the only reason that he's alive is because of his Were-Tiger ability, because when he stabbed him through the chest, he was trying to kill him, as he has no intentions of taking Atsushi to this buyer alive. If he kills him, then so be it. That'll be even better for him. So I guess he still gets some type of money for it, or maybe he just doesn't care at all, as we learn the deep-rooted hatred that Akutagawa has for Atsushi in this episode. While he's holding him up in the air doing his monologue, Kyoka tries to stop Akutagawa with a gun, but he grabs her with Rashomon, picks her up, and basically says that you are my weapon of destruction. That's the only reason you're here. That's the only reason you're alive. Without your destructive ability, you are worthless to me. Without this ability, without Port Mafia giving you a home, you will be cast out lonely in the streets, just like I was. As we see that Akutagawa also was probably an orphanage, and he came from a bad past, just like Atsushi was as well. The A's are getting too close together, so I'm starting to mix those up. But he has a tragic backstory as well. He's probably had a similar situation that Atsushi had, and he's using this little girl ability to basically be his weapon of destruction. So it's kind of a dark parallel to what Dazai sees in Atsushi, and that's pretty much the entire flame of the rivalry between these two. As we even get a little bad guy training monologue in this episode, as we see a younger Akutagawa training with the Port Mafia Dazai, who has like bandages all over his face. He looks like a bad guy at this point, and he's training and he's trying to attack Dazai to no avail, as he tells him that he must get better, he must get stronger, because at the point that he was at that time, it's not good enough for Port Mafia. This is why he hates Atsushi so much, because Dazai did tell him that overall Atsushi is the better student than him. And pretty much in the end, all he wants to be is accepted by his senpai, Dazai, which fuels his hatred, because now he has a prodigal son, and killing him would probably be a blow to Dazai. Kunikina has also now arrived at the boat, and from this point, Akutagawa still has Kyoka held hostage. But she has something up her sleeve, as she tries to tell Atsushi to get away and make a run for it and to save himself. As, you know, don't give your life for me. I'm worthless after everything that I've done. That's the type of feeling that she has for herself after what's been put in her head. She has a detonator, and she makes the boat explode, because the boat was full of explosives and ammunition that was also going to this buyer, and it gave him enough time to get away. So Kunikina is outside. Atsushi makes a run for it. However, he stops himself and refuses to get on the boat, because Kyoka has put her life on the line so he can get away. And he has an attraction to her. He has like a kindred spirit within her, and he doesn't want to leave her behind. He feels that she deserves to live just like everyone else, because she's been so manipulated, and she's really not that type of person. Kunikina tries to stop him by saying, no matter how much it hurts, you're not going to be able to save everyone. Trust me, I know. You're just going to have to take your losses on this one and grow from it. But Atsushi refuses to take that for an answer, as he goes back to save Kyoka right before Akutagawa is about to slash in Ramashomon and kill her. He makes the save just in time, and this is where we get the battle of the season, as this took up the remainder of the episode. We got the Were-Tiger versus Rashomon, Akutagawa versus Atsushi, and these two are going in on each other. As much as Akutagawa hits Atsushi, no matter what he does, he just keeps getting back up because of his regenerative abilities from the Were-Tiger. Also, Atsushi has learned how to control the Were-Tiger very well in a very short time, as he's switching in and out of forms from human to were-tiger to parts of his body to extend his strength, extend his legs, extend his punches, everything as he needs, as he's basically shape-shifting in his fight to get the upper hand of Akutagawa, who is just wrecking him with Rashomon, but it's not taking effect because of the healing factor, just like I said. So much so that in the midst of this battle, Akutagawa uses like an ultimate attack. It was like Rashomon something something something. They had like 4 names. It was just like a big bear trap that closed him in. However, Atsushi was able to overcome it, heal up, go in, straight up Superman punches Akutagawa right to the barrier that was able to break through the unstoppable, immovable barrier that is Rashomon, knocking Akutagawa on his ass, winning the battle. I'm telling you, this fight from beginning to end, the fight scene itself was probably about 3 or 4 minutes, and both of these characters were going in on each other the entire time. I just gotta clap it up for this episode. I think I'm losing my voice right now if this episode was so hyped. And with that, the battle ends. Akutagawa's down for the count. Akutagawa's down. Down goes Frazier as Kyoka grabs Atsushi, takes him to safety with Kunakina on the boat as he looks at the battered kid who's healing, and a little smile comes on his face as he bids him good job as they head back to the agency. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Dazai has found the information that he needed, because somebody has to be really loaded in order to put that big of a bounty on Atsushi, the were-tiger, as he finds out that the person that put the bounty on him is the leader of another organization called the Guild. That man's name is Francis Scott Fitzgerald. What? We are going to American literature right now? Now, they tried to keep it hidden. They just said F. Scott or F. Francis. I don't remember exactly what they said. It didn't say Fitzgerald, but what gave it away is because you know this series is based off of authors and their books, and his ability is called The Great Gatsby, one of the greatest books of all time. Going into American literature, I looked up on it a little bit, and we're going to see more people from Europe. We're going to see people from America. We're going to get a whole bunch of good authors in this one, and we got a man by the name with an ability called The Great Gatsby, and he is loaded. This guy's blinged out. He got jewelry all on. He got money all around. He got champagne popping Chris bling bling watch, as he says he is heading to where Port Mafia is, as he is bidding to take them over as well. And that was the episode in a nutshell. Very hype episode. I will give it a standing ovation, but I already started this episode outstanding, and you can see by how hype I am how much I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna watch it again. I gotta watch this episode again. That's how good it was. And again, next episode, we're going to get some time with the farm boy character and find out what he's about. I really don't want to take a slower pace after having an episode this hype. Also knowing that we are going to get a season 2 of this, but it's only 2 episodes left now, and they're not going to be concurrent. So hopefully we don't have to wait till next year. Please come back in the fall for the next 12 episodes of this series. It also brings out some theories as well, because if this Fitzgerald character is trying to take out Port Mafia, we see that it's still some type of respect between Dazai and Chuya. Also, I got a feeling that after this battle, Akutagawa is probably going to have at least a little bit of respect for Atsushi now. I wonder if they're actually going to team up at some point to try to take out this guy named Fitzgerald. I mean, he's named after one of the greatest literary figures in the world. His ability is called the Great Gatsby, which is even better. It's going to take some type of team up to take this guy down. I don't think Dazai or one character by himself is going to be able to stop him. So that's the episode in a nutshell. If you liked the episode, let me know. Go ahead and drop a like if you liked the video, and let me know what you thought in the comments. And of course, if you guys want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as I bring you more content daily right now. Also, be sure to join me tomorrow as I live react to Hunter x Hunter chapter, as well as One Piece is on break, so I'm just going to have Hunter x Hunter tomorrow for you guys for a live reaction. Anime wise, I will have a review of my next favorite season episode or series, which is Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. I'll have that review for you as well. And Friday, we're right back again at the start with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. As I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. It's your boy Infrared signing out. See you soon.